But what I want you to change your opinion on that of is how much money should you be making that you aren't making? Most people don't realize that your biggest expense is the money that you're not making that you could. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Neil Wintereg with Matterhorn Business Development. I am going to be talking to you today about the biggest expense in business. Now, we could also call it the hidden expense of business. It's one of those expenses that people don't think about because it's not something that you actually write a check for, and therefore it goes hidden. So it could be the biggest expense in your business, it could be a hidden expense, but that's what I want to talk to you about today. Now, if you're new here, we do 3 videos a week about profit first, sales, making money, business newsroom, etc., etc. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, click that subscribe button down below, and I look forward to seeing you 3 times a week. So what I want to say to you today is, when you're looking at a business and you're looking at your expenses, you're gonna look at your profit and loss statement, you're gonna look at how much you pay your accountant, how much you pay your staff, and when I ask people, what's your biggest expense in business, it is usually overhead of your rent, your equipment costs, your staff, your employees, taxes. But what I want you to change your opinion on that of is how much money should you be making that you aren't making? What I typically find is most businesses, depending on the industry, really are only operating at 50 to 75% of their true potential. And what I mean by that is that your potential as to if, with the crew that you have, the equipment that you have, what money could you be making that you aren't? Because most times, without hiring an extra receptionist, without having to get a new piece of equipment, most companies can grow by 25, 30, 40%. I even see some businesses, particularly in the healthcare industry, operating around 40 to 50%. Now that sounds outrageous, but the truth of the matter is those are kind of the numbers that have been dinged into people's heads, is that you're only gonna make so much money, but that's not true. So let's say my business makes $100,000 a month, and I should be making $130,000 a month. Well, that $30,000 that I'm not making is actually a hidden expense and my biggest expense, because probably the majority of that $30,000 that I'm not making would all be profit for the owner anyway. All the staff are paid for, the equipment's paid for, rent's paid for, all that stuff's done. It's just a matter of maybe 15, 20, 30% for your increase in supplies to do the extra business, whatever it might be. But most people don't realize that your biggest expense is the money that you're not making that you could. Imagine if you had to write that check for $30,000 every month for the money that you didn't make. How many times would you write that check before you would be fed up with yourself and figure out a solution so you didn't have to keep writing that $30,000 check? That's why it goes hidden, and that's why it is unnoticed. It's out of sight and it's out of mind, because the money is never being paid to anybody. But look at your expenses last month. Look at how much you made and realize how much you could be making, and then realize that that's probably a very large expense. It might not be your biggest expense, but even 10, 20% is a lot of money that could be going to your pocket as the owner, or as a profit share, whatever it might be. The money that you're not making is probably a big hidden expense. And so I want you to look at that, okay? Your profit and loss statement doesn't tell the whole story, and we get really stuck with numbers, and your accountant is not gonna tell you the whole story. Your accountant doesn't care how much money you make. Okay, as long as everybody else is paid and the bills are paid and your creditors are happy and you're growing 2% a year, your accountant's gonna be really pleased with that. Oh, that's a good job in this economy. That's not true. Your biggest expense is the money that you're not making that you should be. So look at those numbers, figure out where you should be, figure out how to get there, and if you need any help, we'll help you get there and we'll help you figure it all out. So I hope you learned something new today. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. Hit that thumbs up button if you learned something new, and I'll see you next time.